Hey, so today I was wanting to talk about how I would have made the three Star Wars prequels. I can't remember if I made a video about everything correct about the prequels. I think I did. Everything I liked about the prequels, because there is quite a bit. However, I would have done them differently. And obviously, this is George Lucas's universe. So he can do whatever he wants, and he chose to make them the way he made them, for good or for ill. I would have done them differently. I would have had all three movies together during the Clone Wars. Maybe at the very beginning, the fighting breaks out, and you're told little bits here and there about why. But like all three movies, what happened during the war, and you can see civilization coming down all around, to the point where at the very end of the third one, we are now in the spot where number four picks up, where you have a universe that is broken. And maybe if you want to do stuff about like the Anakin's background, you could do that in like dreams or flashbacks, or maybe as referenced or something like that. But you would have you'd have the same actors for all three movies. You wouldn't flip out like they did. And if you have anywhere between like 6 and 9 hours to tell a story, you can include a lot of religion and philosophy and politics and humor and adventure and action, and especially if you're in the middle of a war where there's going to be some battles and some action scenes, but you're also going to show other things that's not during that time. You have a lot of character development. You have an entire galaxy of planets to explore, so you could do a lot. There'd be a love triangle between Padme, Anakin, and Obi-Wan. Padme loves Obi-Wan, but he's committed to the Jedi Order. Anakin loves Padme, despite what the Jedi have said, and maybe that even forces him to be kicked out of the Jedi Order. So he's got no Padme, no Jedi, nothing. So he's left devastated. Or, you could take that as an arc. I also like the idea of like maybe Anakin being tortured, because we are at war, and maybe between episodes 2 and 3 he's tortured, and when he is rescued, you could see that he is now like a totally different person. There would be no Chewbacca and Yoda hanging out. There would be no Anakin building C-3PO. Nothing forced like that, because there's no need for that. There's zero need for those forced connections, when the very fact that these are Star Wars movies taking place in the Star Wars galaxy with Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, that is all you need. That is all you need. Let's see, what else? I think Naboo would have been a perfect Alderaan. So maybe it's called Naboo in the native tongue. So when you learn about it, you're learning about it's from the natives saying, yeah, this is Naboo and stuff like that, even though it's called like Alderaan in like the general tongue or something. Well, you don't find that out until like maybe the end of episode 3. And then once you find out that Naboo is really Alderaan, or maybe it used to be called Alderaan, they changed it to Naboo, and now they're reverting back to their what it used to be called a long, long time ago, like what Burma did with Myanmar. Something like that, so that now you know that all the people that you have grown to love on Naboo, all the places, that makes episode 4 that much more painful when it happens. And something else is that, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the Empire was human only. Like, there's a whole bunch of crazy creatures in the entire galaxy, but that they are, none of them are in the Empire. And so it makes me think that maybe the Emperor was racist, um, and that the Empire was human only. And so I think that that's something that would have helped as well. Is that once the Emperor came to power, that he like fired anyone who wasn't human. Um, so he becomes an evil guy by being a racist as well. So those are just a few ideas that I had about how I personally would have made the Star Wars prequels.